Hello students, welcome to AKR chemistry classes. Today we will deal with the part 2, that is group 15 elements. In first part I taught the general properties of group 15 elements. In this part today we will start with the chemical reactions of group 15 elements. The first one is a reaction with hydrogen. All the group 15 elements directly or indirectly reacts with hydrogen to form the metal hydride of type MH3. Example: ammonia, phosphine, arsine, stibine, and bismuthine. With these respective hydroids, today we will going to learn the stability of what is the stability of these hydrides as we move down the group. Then we will learn. After learning the stability, we will learn the reducing ability. Reducing ability of these hydrides, and the third one is basic nature of these hydrides. Basic nature of these three hydrides. Under the metal hydride concepts, we need to learn the stability of metal hydrides, reducing ability, basic nature, boiling point, and the solubility as we move down the group 15 elements. In that first one, thermal stability of these hydrides. The thermal stability depends upon the bond strength between metal and hydrogen atom of group 15 elements. As the bond length is minimum, its bond dissociation energy will be maximum. That is, if the distance between metal and hydrogen atom is very less, more amount of heat energy required to break the bond. If the distance between these two goes on increases, then less amount of heat energy required to break this bond. It indicates that bond length of these metal hydrides is inversely proportional to bond dissociation energy. So as I move the group, we got these hydrides: ammonia, phosphine, arsine, stibine, and bismuthine. As we move down the group, these are the compounds we got: ammonia, phosphine, arsine, stibine, and bismuthine. As I move down the group, the atomic radius of groups 15 elements increases. Due to this, the bond distance between group 15 element as well as hydrogen also increases. Hence, bond dissociation energy decreases. Therefore, this is the decreasing order of stability of these hydrides. Ammonia is more strong, is more stable. Ammonia is more stable in nature, and bismuthine is less stable in nature. Okay. Coming to next, reducing properties of metal hydrides. In case of metal hydrides, metal atom or the group 15 element is bounded to 3 hydrogen atom. In certain reactions, these metal hydrides has a capability of producing nascent hydrogen atom. Capability of producing nascent hydrogen atom for the reduction purpose. Hence, these compounds act as suitable reducing agents. The reducing ability depends upon the bond length between metal and hydrogen atom. The reducing ability depends upon the bond length between group 15 element which is bounded to the hydrogen atom. Again, bond length is inversely proportional to reducing ability. Greater the bond length, lesser the Here also, bond length is directly proportional to reducing ability. Greater the bond length, greater the reducing ability. Lesser the bond length, lesser the reducing ability. So coming to ammonia, NH3, phosphine PH3, arsine, stibine, and bismuthine. In case of bismuthine, the bond distance between bismuth and hydrogen atom is maximum. In case of ammonia, the bond distance between nitrogen and hydrogen atom is minimum. So in case of bismuthine, releasing of nascent hydrogen atom is easy. Releasing of nascent hydrogen atom easy. In case of ammonia, release of hydrogen atom, release of nascent hydrogen atom is difficult. So it indicates that bismuthine is a strong reducing agent and ammonia is the weak reducing agent. Ammonia is the weak reducing agent and bismuthine is the strong reducing agent. So as we move down the group, the reducing ability of these hydride goes on increases. As we move down the group, the reducing ability of these element goes on increases. The reason is due to increase in atomic radius, the bond length increases. Therefore, reducing ability also increases. Reducing ability also increases. Then coming to next. Basic property. What are the elements we got? Ammonia, phosphine, arsine, stibine, and bismuthine. These are the hydrides of group 13 elements. In all these cases, the group 15 element possess a lone pair electron. Due to the presence of lone pair electron on the group 15 elements, all these compounds acts as Lewis bases. What is meant by Lewis base? Base is a substance which has a tendency to donate a pair of electron. Is called as Lewis base. Now we need to check it out. Out of these 5 hydrides, which is stronger basic in nature and which is weaker basic in nature? This is the order. Lewis base character of ammonia is maximum. Lewis character of bismuthine is minimum. Reason. In case of nitrogen possesses smaller atomic radius. When I move from nitrogen to bismuthine, bismuthine possesses maximum atomic radius. Means along these electrons, lone pair electrons also associated. Along the electrons, lone pair also associated. Due to this, a nitrogen atom, due to smaller atomic radius, we can observe maximum electron density. Due to smaller atomic radius, we observe the maximum electron density present on nitrogen atom. Due to larger atomic radius, we can observe minimum electron density on bismuthine. Due to the maximum electron density on nitrogen atom, it exerts inter-electronic repulsion. In this case, it is maximum. In this case, it is minimum. Therefore, donating capacity of nitrogen atom becomes more, whereas donating capacity of bismuthine atom is very, very less. Therefore, ammonia acts as a strong Lewis base, whereas bismuthine acts as a weak Lewis base. Understood? Note it down. Coming to the boiling points of metal hydrides of group 15 elements. In case of group 15 elements, if you observe here, except ammonia, from phosphine to bismuthine, the boiling point of these compounds goes on regular increase. You can observe a regular increase in boiling point. I will give the reason. Reason is very simple. As I move from phosphine to bismuthine, three factors are responsible for increase in boiling point. The first factor is molar mass increases. Molar mass increases. Due to this, van der Waal force also increases. Due to this, van der Waals force also increases. As the van der Waals force increases, the molecules come closer and closer together. Therefore, more amount of heat energy required to break the bond, to break the force. Hence, due to these three factors, boiling point increases. Due to these three factors, boiling point increases. Very simple. When I move from phosphine to bismuthine, there are three factors are responsible to increase in the boiling point. The reason is molar mass increases, van der Waals force increases. Due to the van der Waals force, the molecules come closer and closer to each other. Hence, more amount of heat energy required to break these van der Waals forces. Therefore, the boiling point also increases. Ammonia shows abnormal boiling point. Abnormal boiling point. The reason is, in these out of 5, ammonia exists in liquid state. Ammonia exists in liquid state, where all these exist in poisonous gases. All these exist in gaseous state, that is poisonous gases. Ammonia exists in liquid state. Why ammonia exists in liquid state? Because we know that nitrogen is third highest electronegative element in our periodic table. Therefore, it has an ability to form. It has an ability to form intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Due to this, ammonia possesses abnormal boiling point when compared to other hydrates in the same group. So if I write the order, it is like this. Bismuthine possesses high boiling point when compared to stibine, when compared to ammonia, when compared to arsine, when compared to phosphine. In NCERT publication book, there is one question is there. Why phosphine possesses lower boiling point than ammonia? Reason is, phosphine do not involved in the formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, hence it is exist in gaseous state. Whereas ammonia has an ability to form intermolecular hydrogen bonding, hence it exists in liquid state. Due to this, boiling point of ammonia is greater than boiling point of phosphine. Then coming to next, solubility. Ammonia easily soluble in water. Give reason. Reason is very simple again. Nitrogen, hydrogen, water, hydrogen, oxygen, hydrogen. So between these nitrogen molecule and between water molecule, again there exists intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Due to this, ammonia easily soluble in water. Whereas coming to other elements, phosphine partially soluble in water, whereas arsine, stibine and bismuthine. Come here, phosphine partially soluble. From here to here, molar mass increases, polarity decreases, therefore they are insoluble in water. Next, coming to reaction with oxygen. all the group 15 elements directly or indirectly reacts with oxygen to form two types of oxides, trioxides as well as pentoxides, according to your NCERT syllabus. In trioxide, the oxidation state will be plus 3 of group 15 elements. In pentoxide, the oxidation state will be plus 5. Coming to the nature of oxides, if I check with plus 3 and plus 5, nitrogen and phosphorus are acidic oxides. Nitrogen and phosphorus are acidic oxide, whereas arsenic and antimony are amphoteric oxides. What are amphoteric oxides? Oxides which can act as an acid as well as a base, but in different chemical reaction. Oxides which can act as an acid as well as a base, but in different chemical reaction is called as amphoteric oxide. Whereas this one is basic oxide. This one is basic oxide. Means as I move from nitrogen to bismuthine, the acidic properties of these elements changes. The acidic properties of these elements changes due to two reasons. The first reason is decrease in electronegative of the element, and the second is increase in atomic radius. Due to decrease in electronegativity and increase in atomic radius, the nature of oxides changes from acidic to amphoteric, amphoteric to basic in nature. Basic in nature. If I, in this case, in case of pentoxide, nitrogen pentoxide and phosphorus pentoxides are very strong acidic oxides. Very strong acidic oxides. These two are strong acidic oxides. Strong acidic oxide, and this one is weak acidic oxide. Weak acidic oxide means in case of pentoxides we can observe only the acidic nature of oxide but not amphoteric as well as basic in nature. So again, as we move down the group, due to decrease in electronegativity and increase in atomic radius of the group 15 elements, the acidic property get changes. If I take the molecule like this, N2O3 and N2O5. In the case of oxides, the common element is nitrogen. The common element is nitrogen. Here, this nitrogen possesses plus 3 oxidation state and it possesses plus 5 oxidation state. So, as the oxidation number increases in the given oxides for the same element, as the oxidation number increases in the given oxide for the same element, then its acidic properties also increases. Between these two, N2O5 is stronger acid than N2O3. So what is the conclusion we can give? Oxides of same element. In case of oxides of same element, with increase in oxidation number, its acidic oxide character also increases. Coming to the stability. N2O3 oxides are more stable than P2O3, more stable than arsenic oxide, O3 and BiO3. Stability, with respect to stability of oxides. Reason is very simple. In case of all these things, the negative part is O22 minus anion. When anion combines with smaller size cation, it forms stable oxide. When O22 minus, in case of oxides, when anion part combines with smaller size of cation of group 15 elements, it involved in the form of stable oxides. But when the same anion involved in the formation of oxides with larger size of cation, then stability decreases. Therefore, we know that Down the group, the atomic radius of the cation increases, therefore stability of the oxides decreases. Please note it down. Coming to the only oxides of nitrogen. In case of oxides of nitrogen, nitrogen possesses smaller atomic radius and high electronegative. It can form 5 different types of oxides with a different oxidation number: +1, +2, +3, +4, and +5. Oxides of nitrogen with the +1 and +2 oxidation states are neutral oxides. +3 is acidic oxide, just it is an acidic oxide. +4 and +5 are strong acidic oxide. Means with increase in oxidation number, the acidic character also increases. Okay, next coming to oxides of phosphorus. Phosphorus has an ability to form two types of oxides. One is trioxides, P2O3, or can also represented as P4O6. Trioxides are P2O5, P4O10. Pentoxides. So phosphorus can form two types of oxides which having +3 and +5 oxidation state. Coming to the next, arsenic, antimony, and bismuthine. They can also form two types of oxides, that is trioxides as well as pentoxide. O3 and Ba2O3. Coming to pentoxide and bismuthine pentoxide unable to form due to larger atomic radius of bismuth cation. Please note it down. Next, reaction with halogens. All the elements of group 15 reacts with halogen directly or indirectly to form two types of halides. The first one is trihalide of type MX3, where the oxidation state will be +3. In this case it is +5, that is penthalides. First we'll go with the trihalides of group 15 elements. Trihalides of group 15 elements exist in the type MX3. In this case, the metal atom of group 15 undergo sp3 hybridization. Means out of 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals, 3 sp3 hybrid orbital involved in the formation of sigma bond with halogen atom, and 1 sp3 hybrid orbital occupied by a lone pair electrons. And the structure of the molecule will be pyramidal shape. In trihalides, one by one we will deal in trihalides. Except nitrogen trifluoride. The remaining what are? Nitrogen trichloride, nitrogen tribromide, and nitrogen triiodide. These are highly less stable in nature. In case of nitrogen trihalides, only nitrogen trifluoride is more stable in nature, but nitrogen trichloride, tribromide, and triiodide are less stable or explosive in nature. They are explosive in nature. The reason is very simple. The reason is there is a large difference in the size between nitrogen and halogen atom. First difference is large difference in the size of nitrogen and halogen atom which is bounded to it, and the second is low polarity, NX bond. Due to low polarity of NX bond, nitrogen trichloride, nitrogen tribromide and nitrogen triiodide are less stable in nature. Coming to the next, nitrogen cannot form penthalides. Nitrogen do not have the ability to form penthalides. Simple reason is absence of vacant d subshell. Absence of vacant d subshell. Due to the absence of vacant d subshell, nitrogen do not have the ability to form penthalides. Now I'm going to ask one simple question to you. I think you can give answer. Nitrogen can exhibit +5 oxidation state but not form penthalides. Give reason. So try by yourself. In the next class I am going to give the answer for this. Nitrogen has an ability to form +5 oxidation state, but it do not involve in the formation of penthalides. Give reason. And as we move down the group, covalent character decreases of trihalides. As we move down the group, covalent character of trihalides goes on decreases. If I come with nitrogen trichloride, phosphorus trichloride, they are purely covalent in nature. As I move nitrogen to phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and phosphorus, I will come to bismuth trichloride and bismuth tribromide. These two are partly covalent and partly ionic in nature. Partly covalent and partly ionic in nature. Whereas bismuth and trifluoride predominantly covalent in nature. Predominantly covalent in nature. Coming to the next, penthalides of group 15 elements. Penthalides of group 15 elements. Coming to next, penthalides of group 15 elements. Except nitrogen, other elements, that is phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth, has an ability to form penthalides due to the presence of vacant d subshell. These involved in the formation of penthalides of type MX5. In this case, the group 15 elements undergo sp3d hybridization, and this is the geometrical shape of the molecules, that is trigonal bipyramidal shape. Please note it down. Penthalides are less stable than trihalides. Give reason. The first question, penthalides are less stable than trihalides. Give reason. Reason is very simple. In case of, for example, if I take phosphorus pentachloride, PCl5, chlorine, and chlorine. When phosphorus pentachloride is heated above room temperature, just above the room temperature, is easily decomposes to form phosphorus trichloride with the liberation of chlorine. In this case, what happens? It possesses superoctet structure and it possesses perfect octet structure. So in case of phosphorus pentachloride or phosphorus pentahalides, 3 halogen atoms are bonded with covalent bond, and this covalent bond contains 2 electrons. Bond is made up of 2 electrons. But here there are 2 bonds are there which are made up of only 1 bond. Therefore this is called a singlet covalent bond. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಅಂತೀವಿ? Singlet covalent bond, which is unstable. Therefore as soon as we heat it above room temperature, it get decomposes to form PCl3 and Cl2. Therefore penthalides are less stable than trihalides, because in case of penthalides, the halogen atoms around the central atom is weakly bonded. 2 halogen atomu weak ಆಗಿ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. Penthalides acts as a Lewis acid, give reason. If you take PCl5, in case of PCl5, phosphorus contains vacant D subshell. Phosphorus contains vacant D subshell. Phosphorus contains vacant D subshell. Due to the presence of vacant D subshell, phosphorus has an ability to accept a pair of electron. It has an ability to accept a pair of electron. It has an ability to accept a pair of electron from the chloride ion. An atom or a group of atom which has a tendency to accept a pair of electron. An atom or a group of atom which has a tendency to accept a pair of electron is called as Lewis acid to form PCl6 minus. That's all. Very simple reason. Why penthalide acts as Lewis acid means penthalides contains vacant in penthalides the group 15 elements. In penthalides the group 15 element possess vacant D subshell. Due to the presence of vacant D subshell, this group 15 elements has an ability to accept a pair of electron. Therefore, penthalides acts as a Lewis acid. And very important question in this concept is penthalides are more covalent than trihalides, give reason. In case of penthalides, MX5, M and this is halogen. What is the oxidation state of metal atom? This is +5. In case of trihalides, that is MX3, metal is bonded to the halogen atom. The oxidation state of this one is +3. Now we'll deal with polarizing power concept. We are going to deal this concept based on polarizing power. Polarizing power depends on charge by size. This concept you have learnt in the first year PUC called atomic structure. Greater the polarizing power, greater the covalent character. Lesser the polarizing power, lesser the covalent character. Here what happens? +5, due to the presence of +5 charge on these penthalides, due to the presence of +5 charge on these group 15 elements in penthalides, the polarizing power of this metal will be greater than the halogen atom. Polarizing power of M is very much greater than halogen atom. Is very much greater than halogen atom. Therefore, it has an ability to polarize the halogen atom. It has an ability to polarize the halogen atom. This metal atom has an ability to polarize the halogen atom. Even though electronegativity of metal is less than halogen atom, due to high polarizing power, this metal has an ability to polarize this halogen atom. But in this case, in case of trihalides, the metal possesses +3 oxidation state. Due to this, it will polarizing power of this metal is very less. Polarizing power of metal of +3 oxidation state. Polarizing power of metal of +3 oxidation state is very less when compared to the metal in +5 oxidation state. In +5 oxidation state, it also polarizes the halogen atom. But less polarized. Illi maximum polarized anta helತೀವಿ. Less polarized. Therefore, covalent character in case of pentahalides is greater than covalent character in case of trihalides. If you need the answer, you can copy down from here. Reason is very simple. Pause the video and note it down. Pause the video and note down the reason. Okay? Reaction with metals. Group 15 elements reacts with metals to form the binary compounds. In case of binary compounds, group 15 element possess -3 oxidation state. And these are the few examples. So this completes the chemical reactivity of group 15 elements. Coming to dinitrogen. Preparation of dinitrogen. Laboratory method. In lab, when aqueous solution of ammonium chloride untreated with sodium nitrate solution nitrogen gas get liberated. When aqueous solution of ammonium chloride untreated with sodium nitrite solution, we get nitrogen gas get liberated. The reaction is very simple. Ammonium chloride, nitrogen, hydrogen, 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 positive charge, Cl minus, sodium NaNO2, this is plus and this is minus. You know that Cl minus always combines with Na plus and removed in the form of NaCl. Removed in the form of NaCl. Now, in second case, what happens? Nitrogen, NO2 is there. Here two oxygen atoms are there. Nitrogen is bonded to two oxygen atom. This one, I'll write simply, I'll write for to understand you. One oxygen atom always combines with the two hydrogen atoms. This is one more oxygen atom which combines with the other two hydrogen atoms and get liberated in the form of water. And what finally we get? Nitrogen get liberated in the form of nitrogen gas. Simple way to understand the reaction, that's all. So in aqueous solution of ammonium chloride is heated with sodium nitrate solution, nitrogen gas get liberated. This liberated nitrogen gas contains nitric acid and nitrous oxide as impurities. So this impure form of nitrogen is allowed to pass through the aqueous solution of acidified potassium dichromate solution. Pure nitrogen gas is obtained, which is collected over water. There is one more method, a commercial method for the preparation of nitrogen. In this case, when crystals of ammonium dichromate are subjected to strong heating, nitrogen gas is evolved with the formation of green compound. This is a simple experiment used in the science exhibition to demonstrate how the volcanoes get created. Coming to the commercial method of preparation of dinitrogen, large amount of preparation of dinitrogen. Our atmospheric air contains 78% of nitrogen and which is associated with oxygen. This atmospheric air is subjected to liquefaction, means this atmospheric air is converted into liquid state. Then the liquid is subjected to fractional distillation. The boiling point of nitrogen is less than the boiling point of oxygen. Therefore, nitrogen get vaporizes at 77.2 Kelvin and oxygen get vaporizes at 90 Kelvin. Next, preparation of pure form of nitrogen from soda azide or barium azide. Only from azide compounds we can prepare directly the pure form of nitrogen. When soda azide are subjected to strong heating, it liberates nitrogen gas. This soda azide compound is used in the airbags of automobile engines. Whenever a car met with an accident due to high thrust, these sodamides get decomposes into nitrogen gas and fills in the airbag. Since nitrogen is an uncombustible compound, so it prevents the maximum damage for the driver. Then coming to properties of dinitrogen. Dinitrogen is a colorless, odorless and tasteless gas it is also a non-toxic gas. It is not a poisonous gas. Dinitrogen exists in two stable isotopic forms, N14 as well as N15. Dinitrogen possesses very low solubility in water, that is 23.2 cm3 of nitrogen can easily soluble in 1 liter of water at this temperature and pressure. Due to the presence of triple bond, 1 sigma bond and 2 pi bonds, this nitrogen molecule is chemically inert at NTP conditions. Coming to reaction with metals and non-metals. This reaction takes place only at high temperature. When nitrogen is made to react with either metals or non-metals, it involved in the formation of respective hydrates, especially with metals only hydrates, lithium hydride, magnesium hydride and aluminum hydride. With respect to non-metals, boron nitride, ammonia and nitric oxide. So these are the chemical reactions of nitrogen with metals and non-metals. Pause the video and please note it down. Coming to the uses of dinitrogen. It is used in the manufacture of ammonia by Haber process, used in the chemical industries to prepare nitroleum. This is the chemical composition of nitroleum, which you have been already studied under first year PUC concept under S block elements. It is used to maintain the inert atmosphere in iron and steel industries. Liquid dinitrogen used as a refrigerant to preserve the biological materials as well as food items. So students, What we learned today? We have learned the general chemical properties of group 15 elements. We learned preparation, structure, properties and uses of dinitrogen. I think you have been understood properly. Thank you. We'll move further in the next class. Thank you very much.